Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Zeke and welcome to the Dream Green Show. Have you ever wanted to make passive income by doing absolutely nothing at all? Well, what's very popular right now is called dividend investing. Dividend investing is when you invest and buy stocks inside of a company that pays dividends to their shareholders. They pay their shareholders dividends as a way to say, hey, thank you for investing into our company, with the hopes that these investors will reinvest those dividends back into the company to help that company grow. You heard me right, guys. Companies are paying their investors for just investing inside of their company in the form of dividends. Now, many companies pay their dividends every quarter. That means you'll receive a check from the Apple or Google. You'll receive a check from these big companies 4 times a year. So these are quarterly paying dividend companies. But there are some companies that pay out their dividends every single month, and you receive one check every single month from these companies. Now, I know what you guys saying. Hey, I want to be a dividend investor. I want to make passive income, but I have things to pay throughout the entire month. I can't just live off of one check a month. I am not that responsible. Well, today I'm going to bring you guys the top 4 monthly paying dividend stocks that you can invest into that pay out on each different week of the month. One of them going to pay out the first week, second week, third week, and fourth week. So you're going to be receiving a check from these dividend ETFs every single month from just investing into these 4 different ETFs. Now, these ETFs might not have the highest dividends, but some of them are very dependable. If you guys are looking for the home run stocks to very big dividends that are not ETFs, these are individual companies that have huge double-digit dividends or 5, 6, 7% dividends. Tune in next week because I'm going to be bringing you a list that will pay you out every single week just from investing into different stocks. But in this video, we're going to be talking about ETFs because ETFs cover a broad range of companies, which helps you diversify your portfolio. So this is very beginner friendly for new investors like you. If you guys want to find out how I'm making passive income, check out my free ebook down in the description. With that ebook, you will learn a lot more about dividends, dividend aristocrat, dividend kings, and how I'm making passive income from investing into dividend paying companies. So if you want to check that out, it's a free ebook down in the description below. And also, before we dive into this video is brought to you by Moo. Sign up with them, deposit $100. You can receive up to 12 free stocks and additional free stocks just from depositing money. One of the best ways to kickstart your investing journey. I'm gonna also leave a link in the description to Webull. Sign up with Webull. You can deposit 1 penny if you want to. Once you deposit 1 penny, you can receive up to 15 free stocks. And once you receive those free stocks, guess what? You could keep them inside of your portfolio and decide to use Webull, or you could sell all of those free stocks and withdraw all of your money. It's literally free money, guys. Do not miss out on that opportunity. But enough talking. Let's go ahead and dive straight into this video. Welcome back, dreamers. Let's kick things off with our first stock, where will pay us dividends the first week of the month. With week 1 pick, that's going to be SPDR, Dow Jones Industry Average ETF, ticker symbol DIA. Now, this ETF is like the key to the kingdom of blue chip stocks. It holds around 30 titans from the Dow, including powerhouses like Apple and Microsoft. And the best part, it pays the dividends during the first week of the month. So while you're enjoying the first cup of coffee for the month, ticker symbol DIA could be serving up some fresh dividends alongside it, paying for that coffee itself in the form of dividends, or your Red Bull, or whatever you be drinking. So let's take a quick look at DIA. Okay, here we are on Seeking Alpha, ticker symbol DIA. At the recording of this video, the price is $333.77. Now, I know what you're saying, that's a lot of money, but you can buy fractional shares on Webull. You can buy fractional shares on Moo. So you don't have to buy a full share of $333. If you just want to invest $25, you could do that. Once again, those links are down in the description. But if we take a look over the last year, DIA is already up 3%. Over the last 5 years, they're up 34%. Over the last 10 years, they're up 117%. Completely insane. If we take a quick look at their holdings, as you guys can see, they have 31 holdings, and their top holdings is United Health Groups, the Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, McDonald's, Home Depot, and the majority of their holdings is in the healthcare industry. If we take a quick look at their dividends, they have a 1.9% dividend yield with the annual payoff for every share that you own, $6.53. Now, I know what you're saying, that's not a very big dividend yield, but look at the growth of this company over the last couple of years, just from holding 30 different companies inside their portfolio. Ticker symbol DIA is completely killing it. So while your ETF is growing over time, or this way, while your ETF is growing over time, you are also receiving dividends from ticker symbol DIA. That's why I absolutely love this ETF for the passive income and dividend income. So let's move over to the next stock. Moving on to the next stock that pays on the second week of the month, we have the Invesco S&P 500 high dividend, low volatility ETF, otherwise known as SPHD. Now this is where it gets interesting. This ETF cherry picks the 50 highest dividend yielding stocks inside of the S&P 500, but only if they're low volatility. So while the stock market is doing its thing, going up and down, SPHD aims to keep things steady, providing a smoother ride and paying out dividends during the second week of the month. It's like a coming cruise through the stormy seas of investing. Let's go ahead and pull up SPHD. Okay, here we are on SPHD. Right now they're $40.68. Now, because they have a low volatility, their stock price is not going to shoot up high over time. It's not really going to pull back really fast over time because they're looking for low volatility companies. So if you look at the 5-year, they're up 2%, and over the last 10 years, they're up 43%. But because they don't have high volatility, they're able to pick the top 50 highest dividend companies inside the S&P 500, which gives them a higher dividends. So we take a look at their dividends. They have a 4.2% dividend yield, double of what DIA is, and they pay on the second week of the month. And they bid. So for every share that you own of SPHD, you'll receive around $1.72 over the course of a year, every single month on the second week of the month. And if we take a quick look at their holdings, if you guys want to look at their holdings, their top holdings in their portfolio is real estate, and they have Altria Group, AT&T, Verizon, Dow, Walgreens, and many other stocks inside of their portfolio. So you guys could take a look at that. They have around 52 holdings inside of their company. So let's move over to stock number 3. All right, so for week 3, we're going with the Global X Super Dividend ETF, or SDIV. Now this is like having a golden ticket to Willy Wonka dividend factory. It tracks the 100 highest dividend paying equity securities in the world, and it pays out the dividends during the third week of the month. Imagine while you're sitting at home, you could be earning dividends from companies from all around the world, from the UK to Australia, from Singapore to Canada. It's like a global dividend adventure. That's why I like this ETF, because it gives me companies that are doing good, that are not just inside of the United States. So the first 2 ETFs I brought you guys invest into companies inside the United States. Now you could be receiving dividends from companies that are around the world, that are actually doing good around the world. So it's diversifying your portfolio even more. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at SDIV. All right, so here we're on SDIV. They have right now at the recording of this video is $21.95. Now over the last couple of years, they have been pulling back. So at this price point, it might be a good entry to get in, but they have over 123 different companies inside their holdings. Some of them might be the A-class companies or the B-class companies, but if it tracks the top 100-ish companies that pays out dividends around the globe. So if you take a look at their dividends, they're going to have the highest dividends with 14.3%, tripling what SPHD does. So if you want to dip your toes inside of other industries outside of the United States, this might be a good way to go if you're strictly looking for passive income in the form of dividends with a 14.5% yield. You're going to be receiving $3.16 for every share that you own of SDIV. 14.5% dividend yield is a little risky. It's kind of high, but remember, check out next week. I'm going to bring you some stocks that pays out those dividend yields, which is not as risky as this one right here. But if you guys want to learn more about dividends and their yield, make sure you check out that free ebook down in the description. So let's go ahead. Oh, this stock is going to pay out on the third week of the month. So let's go ahead and pull up the next company, the fourth company that pays out on the fourth week of the month. Actually, I think I got this mixed up. SDIV pays on the first week of the month, and DIA pays on the third week of the month. So yeah, I think I got those mixed up. So let's go ahead and pull up stock number 4. Okay, here we go. Last but not least, we're wrapping up the month with a banger. All right, it's gonna be Invesco KBW High Dividend Yield Financials ETF, ticker symbol KBWD. It's our pick for week 4. This ETF zero ins on the U.S. financial sector, specifically targeting firms with the highest dividend yields. It's kind of like having your own personal team, high yield financial workers working hard to bring you dividends during the 4th week of the month. And it's not just banks, it diversifies across real estate, insurances, other financial services. It's like a financial buffet of dividends. So here we are on KBWD. They are down on the year. They're down 7%. If we take a look at their holdings, they have around 41 different companies inside of their portfolio, and they're $14.03 at the recording of this video. If we take a look at their dividends, they have a 12.35% dividend yield. As you guys can see, the higher the dividend yield, the more you're going to get paid from these companies. But the higher the dividend yield is on these ETFs, the less money these companies have to grow to increase the value of their company over time, to grow their company over time. So it's kind of like, hey, do I want to look for a lower dividend ETF that's going to grow over time, or do I want to look for a high yield dividend ETF that's probably going to stay even over time or lose over time, but I'm going to be receiving a 12% dividend yield every single month? It's kind of like you have to pick your poison. I'm gonna tell you the percentage that I would do in this video if I had to pick from these 4 stocks. In fact, out of these 4 companies, I am investing into a couple of them. So let's go ahead and break that down right quick. All right, guys, now this was a quick little fun experiment to receive dividend payments every single week of the month. Now I could have found 2 better stocks on the last 2 other than SDIV and KBWD, but I just wanted to find some stocks that show you the differences in between high paying dividend yield stocks and low paying dividend yield stocks. Me personally, if I had 100% to invest inside these companies, I would invest 35% into DIA, 35% into SPHD, 15% into SDIV, and 15% into KBWD. What's that? 35, that's 70, and at least 30%. Yeah, that's about 100% portfolio. So I would invest the least amount into the high paying dividend stocks, and then I would invest the most. I'll probably invest about 50. Actually, I invest about 60%. Even though it has a lower dividend yield, I would invest 60%. Actually, I like dividends. I would invest 60% into SPHD because I love dividends. I love doing absolutely nothing and getting paid from these companies. So 60% into SPHD, 30% into DIA. That leaves what, 10% left, 5% into the last 2. I really didn't like the last 2 that much, but if you guys are looking to get paid every single week of the month, those 2 was just 2 high paying dividend ETF yields that I would just want to show you guys the difference. So remember, do your own research. If you want to learn more about dividends, check out that link down in the description for the free ebook. If you want to receive some free stocks, check out Moomoo in the description, check out Webull in the description. Sign up, deposit, get free stocks, up to 15 free stocks. This will help your investing journey. Who knows, you might get some gifts from them for dividend stocks once you sign up, if you want to start your investing journey. But other than that, guys, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and don't miss out on next week when I bring you some top real estate stocks that has a very high dividend yield, that has been increasing their dividend payments every single year for multiple years. It's going to be a banger. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on that video. But that's all I got for you today, guys. I'm Zeke, bringing you the Dream Green Show, and I'm out. Peace.